Welcome to your morning drip. I am your host, Ronan Rock. What? No? Wait.
That is.
Did you?
Alright, we are on.
What up? Welcome to your morning drip. My name is Ronan Rock. I am your host of this fantastic show. Also, your host is the main man, E Weezy.
Huh? Ah, you don't have your mic?
What a morning.
What up? Welcome to your morning drip. Fuck this intro. Fuck this show. Fuck your couch.
Oh, man. That's hilarious.
I am your host, Ronan Rock. This is also your host.
All I need.
Easy.
Yeah, okay. No, thank you.
Never mind.
No, you already said it. All right, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. It's I even got a frog in my throat. Let me get some. Brought to you by Dead Sock.
Oh, yeah. I got this dead sock hydration because I'm dying over here.
And then we got Chris in the building. Reinhardt. He does golf stuff. Damn this intro.
All the golf stuff. I do all the golf stuff.
All the golf stuff. Also, yeah, you're a podcaster. You should know about these mics. Also gotta. I just realized something, but anyways, how you guys doing?
Good. Chilling.
Yeah.
Diane threw a karaoke party last night, and we pulled up, and we were supposed to be in themes, and it was like all these restaurants versus each other. Mm-hmm. And then we got like 2 songs in, and she's like, "I'm canceling the karaoke party because it didn't have good audio," and it was like, so then of course everybody's like, "Well, I'm going home," and then like nobody left.
Wow.
And I got home at like 2:30. That's the latest I've been in a long time. I don't go out.
Karaoke party turned into a normal party.
Yeah, karaoke party turned into a normal party, which then turned back into a karaoke party because it still had like it was like one of those personal karaoke setups, you know. Mm-hmm. So like one speaker, like one mic, but all I need is one mic.
All you need is one mic?
That's right.
Is that truly how you're living?
At that moment, yeah. But you know, you just pass the mic around. Everybody can get some.
Everybody can get some.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like how that happens.
Yeah. Can you hear me gonna snare in your headphones?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's how I'm taking my mic from now on. Yep.
I don't really know what's going on in life anymore. I'm just doing the movement.
Hey man, this is what it is. What's up with you? You just come back from New York or Seattle or New York or Seattle?
No, I was here all weekend.
Oh.
And the funny thing is I was supposed to go do like a bunch of different like work, go out and meet, shake hands, kiss babies and stuff. And I proceeded to sleep the whole entire weekend.
It's probably necessary.
Yeah. And then the best part about it is my girl called me on Saturday and was just like, did we do Easter baskets for the kids? And I was like, huh? I'm like in years prior, did we do Easter baskets? And I was like, I mean, sometimes, not really. I mean, you are an atheist, so I don't really see the point. and she was just like, yeah, like our daughter said that we did Easter baskets every year for our son, so we need to do one or do we not? And
well, the Easter Bunny is kind of like Santa Claus. It's like you don't have to be technically religious for that.
True.
So, anyways, we
So
did
it's more,
nothing.
it's more of a tradition.
Yeah.
than anything.
We did not do any of the Easter basket stuff whatsoever. Instead, we went to breakfast on Alberta because that is what you do as a Portlander. And
Well, brunch is the Portland thing to do.
What time
You
do
don't
go to
wake up.
breakfast?
Yeah, I was about to say you don't
Yeah.
wake up earlier than 10 a.m. in Portland.
I think that's the new trick though, because we didn't have to wait in line. We had
Yeah.
to do any sign ups.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
That's a
If you-
secret
yeah.
Portland thing, but like
It's not
You
even
get there
it's not
before
even a
10.
secret. It's just
You just sit the right.
Normal.
You just sit down.
yeah.
It's
Where'd-
amazing.
Where'd you go?
It's like Purdy something. Hold on. Let me see. It was on Alberta. I think it's a newer spot, and it's supposedly, like the new it thing. I love when
Heard.
Purdy Providence. Is that how you say it?
Oh, Petit Provence. Yeah.
you went to a fresh spot.
I can read. I promise.
It was right on the. It was like almost on the corner, right?
Yeah.
Right next to. Yeah, I know exactly where it's
You
at.
eat all the crepes?
No. I got their salmon hash, which was actually fire.
Huh.
Was not expecting it to be that good, but it wasn't enough. It was like I was definitely still hungry afterwards.
That
But
sucks.
luckily,
That's
my
the name Petite in the beginning.
Hey, little with the petite. Said little. You got a little bit of salmon hash. Yeah.
good, but no, it was cool, and I definitely watched another mixed race couple next to us with their kid, and I hope I'm not gonna get demonized for this, but they were dealing with their child, looked the same age and everything else, but then their child just like totally pissed their pants in the middle of their meal. And the only reason I know this is because we both ended up getting up at the same time to go to the bathroom with our kids, and I just saw the big old wet spot on the back of it, and I was like, I feel for you,
Be like that sometimes.
but I'm so happy that ain't me. I was just like, yo,
But you know
that's
what?
your problem.
I saw a grown man pee himself in Boston.
Were they without housing?
No, they look like some Ivy League.
Oh, they were just getting Boston
They
wasted.
just were like when they walked in, there was like a group of 3 people, and they walked into the bar, and the bartender was just like, fuck. Like as soon as they walked in, right? And then they were in there for all of, I don't know, 5 minutes, and the guy stood up and like was like stumbling around, and then you could see people like, right? And Terrell was like, the guy pee himself, and I was like, dog, there's no way. And then he went out the door, came back inside the building, and walked to the bathroom, I think, to pretend like he had like spilled water on himself or whatever. And didn't work.
There's nothing
Definitely
worse than just the
urination.
sitting smell of pee
Yeah.
on someone, or the old smell of pee. I recently went and checked out a building, and when I went in, I was just like, I couldn't breathe because it was like, did someone just pee on the door?
Yeah.
For like the last like 2 years and no one cleaned
Well,
it
I
up.
mean, there's 2 really bad ones. You got like when you see an old building, you got like rat pee, which is like the worst stench in the entire world, and then you
Maybe
got
that's what it
drunken
was.
pee, and that's even just as worse. Like you go into any bar that's got like a black. I don't know why all bars decide that.
I mean,
that they have a blacked out bathroom. Like dudes
not racist anymore.
dudes cannot aim if they can't see, especially when they're drunk. So not a
that's what you're saying.
genius
Yeah.
idea.
let me ask you guys this:
Swag levels are
how
high, though.
long does it take you to take a piss, like when you're out in public? Like, go into the bathroom, handle your business, come out. Like, are you under a minute?
The adequate
Yeah.
amount of time. I don't know.
Same thing as if I'm at home.
Sometimes
Well,
you gotta go to the
all
bathroom.
right.
Yes.
I only say this
Yes.
because like I go to bars and I see dudes go like in the bathroom, and like as I'm DJing, so I'm like in a rush to get back to the booth, and I'm like, what are you doing in there? Like, you've been in there for 2.5 minutes. Like, unless you're taking a shit, as a guy, it's piss, wash, and go.
Hey, some people got that stage fright. They can't perform in front of. I mean, you're a DJ.
Yeah, I don't have
They can't perform in there with people around. You know.
Sometimes,
yeah, but it's the
sometimes
single.
I have to
It's
pee
the
for a
single.
long time.
Not even stall. It's a single bathroom because they're the only ones in there. So I'm like,
That's
you
weird.
lock the door and you know that there's a line and people waiting on you and you're deciding to take forever. Like,
just stumbling, man.
Yo, like I make a point to like let it know, and I'm like, especially if there's a line, I'm like, I'm gonna be 30 seconds count, and I'm gonna wash my hands. 10 of those seconds are to piss. The other 20 seconds is to wash my hands.
I'm happy he put the math on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He times himself every time he walks into a bathroom.
What do you sing while you wash your hands? Do you sing a song?
No, I just get in there and get deep.
check.
Like, I mean, I would say whistle while you twerk. I just get through the hook one time, and I'm like, that's good.
So rubber dubber dub, get the scrub.
Whistle while you twerk. And come along and sing this song and drop that thing on me. Yeah, whistle while you twerk, and then I'm out.
It's adequate time.
It's perfect. I mean,
Adequate.
is there a song that you wash your hands to besides a birthday song? Or do you just wash your hands?
You know what? It's weird. It comes up occasionally. I don't know. From my old hats,
occasionally?
from my old hats that watched all that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan's bathtub rubber ducky song.
I remember the French dude.
Rubber
ducky.
Rubber ducky. Having some fun.
Isn't that Sesame
That's
Street
Sesame
though?
Street, but he did it on all that a
He
few
did it
times.
on all that.
Yeah.
Yo, all that needs to come back. All that should have been the
All that
replacement for
doesn't come
Saturday Night Live, even though I know Keenan's on Saturday Night Live.
Hey, adult
They
version
said-
of all that would
They
be
said that was as
incredible.
close as they would get it.
Yeah.
Did you know that there was
They
a
brought it back for a while.
there's a show? It's not like all that, but I thought it was very interesting. It's called Just Kidding, and it's a kids show that is like kids pranking people just walking down the street, but it's based out of like Vancouver, BC.
We got some prank stuff that happened in Syracuse that someone's getting terrorist / other charges brought against them. It's a YouTuber, but we'll get to that later.
That sounds like Bad Grandpa.
Yeah.
It's not that aggressive.
Not that
No, it's
aggressive.
like it's really kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No adults throwing it out there.
But
Yeah.
before we get too far into this, hi Chris.
What's happening?
All the things. How was your weekend? Did you do anything amazing?
No, not at all. Me and the wife did all the domestic things. We just bought a house, so going picking out paint colors. Spent a few hours at the depot, buying supplies, things that we got to do to the house when we move in. So,
Expect a lot more of those hours at the depot.
she has all the plans.
Yeah.
As being an adult and us talking about bathrooms, are you gonna replace the toilet?
So, she just redid the bathrooms and the kitchen in this house that we bought. So
Okay.
it's staying as is.
Oh, the person that previously owned it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. All redone, all brand new. So.
You would replace the toilet?
Well, so I'm a weirdo, and this is my rule. And tell me if you guys feel the
That's
same.
an expensive change.
If you are in a
seat.
relationship with someone, and you're in a brand new relationship, and it becomes serious, do you keep the same bed that you had with the previous person?
I've thought about that, and
Depending on how long the relationship is, like let's say the other person has been with someone for 5-6 years.
yeah.
Do you keep that bed and stay in that bed?
I haven't.
At
I've
least
never
get the
had a
masters.
live-in girlfriend except for my wife.
But you're talking about like whoever that person is. Like let's say, like when she moved in, did she move into your house?
I
Or
mean,
did you move into like hers, or like which bed did you keep?
Well,
that's
we
what I'm saying.
actually moved in together. Like we moved into a whole new apartment together.
Yeah.
And we kept my bed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like, what things are replaceable, A, in a relationship, and B, when you're moving into your first home, or not first home, but when you're moving to a house and you're like, I don't want these things from these old people.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm not like unless I knew some stuff was happening. If they was into that, like, with some chains, handcuffs, make a little booty out with my belt, like unless it was into
Some
ludicrous-
Rihanna S&M.
Yeah, then nah, I'm just like it's whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have time for.
Hey,
It's like an argument at that point.
if it's some nice West Elm furniture, heck no, that thing's staying with me.
Yeah.
not getting rid of anything nice. I don't care. I don't care the past history of it.
Hey, I'm just saying, some people do.
We're making future history with it now.
Hey, yo, that's the thing.
Facts only.
Yo, facts on facts on facts. All right, so Chris, tell us about yourself. Tell us about the things that you do, because you are.
This is the first time you're on the show.
It's the first time he's on the show.
Oh.
One, we know you're the golf aficionado, but you do municipals. Am I saying this correctly?
Municipals.
Municipals.
Yes. That's our public golf podcast.
Yes.
I do with my.
What is that podcast ranked like on the level of podcasts? I think
we fluctuated. We've gotten top 20 in the golf podcast in the United States.
He got top 20, dog. Don't mess with us. We bring on big guests.
We were. We'll say it fluctuates in that ranking for sure. We've gotten out to 10 different countries now. Shout out South Korea. They love us. Australia.
Happy in North Korea.
You know.
I mean, I'm sure North Korea would listen to it if they could.
Yeah, I don't think they have access to the municipals.
Yeah, they would love the
or even a golf
well.
course, but you know.
They got the state-owned golf course.
They might.
Why did you look at me like that? Like he's like.
I was like, what's he about to say?
I was about to say, I don't even know if they got one in North Korea. Hey. But yeah, so we kind of focus on public golf side of podcast, or on golf. Big thing, reason why we do that is because I'm not calling anybody out, but there's a lot of clout chasers in the golf industry. Talk about the best golf courses they get to go play, all the high-end like top 20s that you're going to find in all the rankings. I really want to showcase a lot of the courses that the everyman gets access to. Mm-hmm. So, I travel across the entire, West Coast. I set out about 3 years ago to play every public golf course on the West Coast, which is just over 1,200 golf courses. Mm-hmm. I've played 680 of them in 3 years.
I don't know 680 of anything that I've done.
Yeah, I don't think I've.
Have you been in the 600 coffee shops?
No.
I haven't DJ'd at 600 clubs. I can tell you that.
I maybe been to like, I would say 300.
That's still a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that's crazy. COVID for sure helped me out there. It was one of the only things that stayed open, and the government was paying me to play golf for a good 7 months. So
you know what that is? That's our Sounds About White today. Thank you for giving that to us. This segment's called Sounds About White. The government paid me to play golf.
This has been your morning drip. I'm your host, Ronald Rock.
Yeah.
Hey, that helped me a lot, knock a lot of those out. I also have a very understanding wife, so that helps out
you
too.
Have a very cool wife. Like,
she's awesome.
I from the little interactions I've had with her, it's always been pleasant, and that's. I gotta say, the Dead Stock Wife Club is kind of on fire. Like, even Guy's wife is pretty awesome.
Dang,
like,
he's an even Guy's wife.
Man.
Dang.
Hey, I would even put at least above Guy. I love Guy, but Elise is
tight. Yeah, Guy is an auxiliary.
Elise's stories are more tolerable than Guy's.
Guy's stories are just what happened in Florida in my childhood.
Yeah, and look who got hurt.
Yo, dude. But no, so I remember you telling me the original story of you guys coming up with the podcast, that it was like a golf trip gone awry that turned into like the best thing possible.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So kind of how I met these guys is we were all in a golf group chat. There's a company out there called Random Golf Club where they basically were trying to, normalize, I guess, the golf industry by basically making it open and accessible to anybody that wants to play the game.
Yeah.
And so we had friends that were running a chapter of Random Golf Club in San Francisco in the Bay Area. And so during COVID, I got really stir crazy, and I just posted like late at night something about anybody open to go on a golf trip to Southern California that's willing to take a COVID test and hop in a van with 3 other strangers and go play 6 golf courses in 4 days.
That's
Like
golf road rules.
yes, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That also kind of sounds like Wild Hogs.
It's kind of a mix of both. And so
Real world
And an
road
Ian
rules
trip
are wild.
because you that sounds like a random, hey, let's just get in the car and, get tested and let's figure this shit out.
Yep.
yeah.
Sometimes you got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had these 3 guys, Christian, Jack, and my buddy Ashton, who's my co-host, all say, yeah, we're down. We want to get in it. So I plan this golf trip, book all the tee times, rent a minivan, pick everybody up in the city, because I was the only one that lived outside of the city in Berkeley at this point.
I didn't do it. Keep going. I was just making sure our live stream.
That's a remix.
And so pick them all up, and we go on this golf trip, and me, Ashton, and Jack kind of just hit it off. Like, instant best friends. Like, my buddy Ashton just moved from Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. Shout out the Braves. Diehard Braves fan.
Wait,
Guys
didn't they
had
change
a
his name?
year. Went to Georgia, and he's a Braves fan. So he's had all the wins this year.
Didn't they just change their name?
No.
Oh, it was
Braves
the
haven't-
Cleveland.
Cleveland. The Indians are still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Haven't figured it out yet. They didn't go the route of the Washington football team, but
Isn't the Washington Generals or something? Something
I
military
don't think
related.
they
they-
figured it out yet. have
No,
they?
Washington
they
did. Is it I think they're the Generals or Guardians.
It's
One of the teams is the Guardians.
What a horrendous name.
Yo,
Yeah.
I just love that you went from, hey, we went from racist, kind of stereotypical, whatever name to being like, hey, we're gonna name them the military.
That's
destroyed
exactly
you.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I
Yeah.
said when I found
Yeah.
out. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Like,
No.
you would think that they would go with something more culturally appropriate. I always wondered like why they didn't do a team within like, all right, so we have some racist stereotypical name for our football team. Instead, let's do our actual tribe that's in our city, name it after them. X amount of proceeds goes to making sure they're always taken care of.
Yeah.
Not something huge. Like you can be like, hey, 1% of revenue for this, because that's still going to be like a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it. But, that's why we're still the Winterhawks.
Let me see here.
Boy, it hasn't changed.
And the funny thing is, it's probably never going to change, and I'm just going to forever laugh at that situation. But, speaking of racist sports, tell me more about golf.
Hey, we were talking. It's getting better. We're trying.
Yo, so you guys met up, did this golf trip, and then it turns into you finding your best friends within part of
Yeah.
it, and then you guys sat down and decided to do a podcast.
Yeah, I hit up Ashton like 2-3 weeks later, and I was like, the banter me and him kind of had throughout the golf trip, the shit talking that kind of went on between us, it was gold for something to do podcast wise. And both of us grew up on public, municipal golf courses.
Yeah.
I grew up on a little 9-holer called Prune Ridge, out in the Bay Area.
I like how you say that like it's like for us it would be the basketball court, or more so I guess for me like the skate park or whatever. Like, yeah, we just the little skate park down the street. It's like
Yeah.
little 9-holer.
That's exactly what it was. It was my local skate park. And so they had like youth programs out there that I grew up, kind of attending every Saturday. They had like 40, 50 kids out there kind of going through the youth program. It was just a really, really good accessibility to the game without, pushing on all of the stereotypical rules and crap that comes along with golf.
Yeah, because I mean that's basically what municipals. I'm gonna say it right eventually, and this is on this show. That's kind of like the reason why you started this, is so that every man can go out there, and it's the thing that you were telling me earlier. Like you grew up in a mostly white neighborhood, and that like did that kind of change like the focus of being like, yo, like I want to not be the exclusive golf club of only the silver
So-
jacket members get to go to, and
I'll actually say this. So when I was younger, I grew up in the Bay Area until I was about 15 years old.
and you didn't
16
see
years old.
no.
No. So I'll talk about this. So when I was younger,
Did you not see color?
no, I was actually minority going to school because in the South Bay, you know, most of my friends were either, you know, Japanese, Korean, you know, the whole, you know, Persian, Iranian, any of those, like, that were all my best friends growing up. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it was a much more mixed group. And then when I moved to Sacramento, suburb of Sacramento called Roseville,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a culture shock to me because I showed up in a metal t-shirt, you know, Iron Maiden t-shirt and like long hair to my shoulders, and everybody looked at me super weird because it was just like these like clean cut lacrosse playing white boys.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's just not what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I grew up in a city of a melting pot kind of situation, and kind of the upbringing of, you know, the tech industry. I grew up in the like blooming of the tech industry in the Bay Area. So it was cultures kind of clashing across the entire area. And then when I moved to Sacramento, it was like the complete opposite.
I'm just now realizing, looking at you and hearing you say this stuff, that I and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm gonna do my one superpower, which is figuring out what you look like.
Like who you look like.
Who you look like. Well, this is what you're gonna get a what you look like. I feel like your style right now this morning, with your hair and everything else, and this, I mean this with the utmost respect and love, you look like a hype beast redneck.
I guess.
I don't know if I take offense to that or not.
He said, man, that was a. I'm not racist, but
no, I mean with the flowing of the hair, and it kind of almost looks like it's a trucker cap, but then you know you got the clean, nice looking crew neck, like, yo, dude. And I feel like that's municipals in a.
Oh my goodness.
No, that I'm gonna say that is not the municipals in a nutshell. Please don't put us in that category.
Hey, I do not endorse this message.
I just, you know, all right, so we just got to get this out of the way. So there's been this long-standing feud between me and Chris because Chris stole my parking spot.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. You did.
Allegedly.
Basically, I had to go through the parking lot, come out the other side to get this parking spot, and then letting Chris go by, thinking he's just going to drive by instead of being the
driving
asshole.
Down the street correctly.
Letting him pass in front instead of me jumping in front of him being an asshole. And then he takes the parking spot, and I'm like, hey. And he, like, really, like, you know, smoozes in there and gives me a look like, yeah, I did it. And then the thing that was worse about it is that his wife was in the car. Did your wife say anything while you were doing this?
No, because neither one of us knew we were stealing a parking spot. I thought you were leaving
you
the parking lot.
You literally looked at me like,
well, because I was already halfway in it, and then you were giving me the death stare from the middle of the street.
I'm going to go to the bathroom and let y'all handle it.
So anyways, basically, we had this ongoing feud. I told you I was going to get my revenge. Part of the show is me getting my revenge.
That's
You're
cold-blooded.
also blocking my camera, so you just hurry up and go through so I can keep telling the story. But we went through that.
I will not be 30 seconds, just so you know.
It takes 30 seconds just to get there.
I'm gonna be the 2.5 minutes.
Give me 2.5 minute guy.
You're the worst. It's only when the door closes you start to count. All right.
The bathroom door?
Yes. I don't care you walking to it. That doesn't. It's not a part of the journey.
The clock does not start for the walk.
Yo, no. It's like the shot clock, you know. There's rules to this.
Ball's got to be in hand.
Yeah. Anyways, but so then we proceeded to have this feud. We would talk shit to each other every morning. You even probably stole my parking spot a couple of more times in front of me or on purpose. And I would jokingly say that I hit your car outside or something along those lines.
It's easy to slide in when you got a Prius compared to your monster truck.
Hey, yo, it is a monster truck. It's a sub truck, to be honest. And then one morning, I came in with my son, which I sometimes do. It's less so lately.
He is a wonderful kid, but influenced by a father that
wants nothing but blood.
Yes.
Wants vengeance.
Yes.
I saw red. So you're in the coffee shop. I was in there with my son, And basically what happens, me and you're having a conversation, you're giving me shit, and I'm just like, yo, you can go ahead and kick him in the shins. Just do it when he's not looking. And we completely forgot that I said that to him.
I was on guard for the first like 45 minutes.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere later on,
I was ready to stiff arm a little child.
Bam! Just like kicks you in the shins out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. We walk outside. Rock wants to have a cigarette. You know, got to have a nicotine fix.
Mm-hmm.
And we're chatting out of nowhere.
P.S. I don't smoke it for my kids, so we didn't actually walk out for a cigarette.
No. Walks outside. Bam! Out of nowhere, kicks me straight in the shins.
Yeah.
Still got a dent in the shins.
Dude, that shit was hilarious. And then I gave him a high five.
Yeah. Encouragement of bad behavior. This is the kind of father I got sitting across from me.
Yo, I've never been so proud of my son. Never been so proud.
The funny thing is he'd never do that to anyone unless influenced by his dad.
I didn't know he would ever do that. I thought that I was completely dumbfounded when he did it. I was like, wait, you did that? And like he gave this like mischievous look like, yeah, we got him, Dad. And I was just like, oh, wow, that's weird.
He thought that was his superpower.
I mean, for that day it was. So within you knew municipals, like, so you did the actual podcast that blows up. How long did that take to sit up here and blow up? Was it like an overnight thing, or was it like a couple of weeks?
I mean,
couple of months?
we're still growing and everything. We're just over a year now into it.
I hate you.
We just had the twins from Deadstock revamp our logos, which thank you to those guys. I wouldn't even consider us blown up yet. We're still gaining traction. The one thing I think I'm most proud about me, Jack, and Ashton is, we have not missed a podcast since we started. Every single Thursday, we release an episode, and we have not missed a Thursday since we started. So, going on close to like a year and 3 months, there hasn't been a Thursday that's been missed. So I would give us mass props for that, because trying to, as you know, doing your own show, drumming up guests and getting, things to talk about, it gets draining, man. There's it's a lot of work to go into it, especially if you got a full-time job on the side. And then also do this is kind of.
What are you talking about? Weren't you the guy that was getting paid by the government to golf for free?
During COVID, for sure. That ended real quickly.
The podcast.
That's their logo that they did?
So that's the one we haven't changed yet. On our Instagram, we have the new logo up. We need to upgrade that.
What's wrong with that one? Was tight.
You know what's crazy? I did that on clip art.
Dog. Okay, the Deadstock logo, flame, the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I had the emoji flame, and then I just Googled like clip art coffee bean, and then yep. And everybody's like, "Oh, game changer!" I'm like, it was actually supposed to be a temporary logo.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah,
that was our kind of my like makeshift. Threw it up. So this is one of the logos that the twins did for us.
Shout out Connor and Chandler.
Connor and Chandler killed it on our logos. They did a couple different options here for us, and this is going to be kind of the one that we're going to use for the Instagram. We got to change it over to our Gryffindor colorway, which is going to be our main colorway. It's going to be maroon and gold. We did gold and green.
You're not going with the Sonics?
No, that was for the Masters.
Okay.
So we changed it for the Masters. Now we got to change it back to our maroon and gold colorway. But yeah, so love the new logo.
Their brother?
No, so these are the homie Nick. That's my co-host Ashton right there in the visor. That's our boy Bean Mace. He actually used to do
why do
Bean Mace. He's from Utah and used to do calls for Utah football and basketball on the radio channel for BYU.
Wow.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bean Mace.
Big Mace in the building. How are you guys doing today with another lovely broadcast brought to you by PepsiCo?
That's my boy Brian.
Nah, I mean, I see, diversity really rules on the golf course right now.
I see some black pants back there.
Hey,
You see some black spots.
That's what I said. I see some black pants.
Versus golf up there. That's our boy Jack.
Versus golf. Let's see.
There's some diversity in the pod.
Yeah.
We trying.
Oh, you guys are award winners.
Producer Jackson award winner.
Oh.
we got an award winning producer. I'll say that. We are not award winners yet.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
No, not award winners yet.
Dude, I love it. Oh. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, we good. All right. No.
Make sure that you follow.
That's what I was trying to find.
He said, "Okay, I see the check.
Following. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it said like 2 follows.
Yeah.
I thought we already followed. But no. Yeah. Come on, man. If that is not redneck hype beast, I don't know what is. Look at that strut. Look at that glide he's got going on. Looking like he's on the runway right now.
That's just a classy look right there. And wearing black-owned golf business right there, Eastside Golf.
Yeah. Oh. We'll get to that one.
Hey, I'm just saying.
So tell me more about the whole entire, you guys doing the trips, going through with municipalities, going to the different stuff, because that's really interesting.
Yeah, so our trips are probably our main way of kind of getting content. So,
P.S., do you not have a website?
We do not. Linktree only.
I mean, people be on these link trees, man.
All right.
I need to get.
Hey, we working on the merch.
Okay.
There's no website needed if they don't have anything to sell on it.
Work. I mean,
not false.
Yes. Don't have anything to sell on it yet. I had to get the logos from the Twins dialed in before I could start pumping merch out.
I'm just saying, your what'd you call it? Clip art?
My clip art logo?
Your clip art logo? I might need on a hat, even though I can't wear it because my head's too big.
Oh, wait until you see the MP monogram New Era hats we got coming out with the new logo. It's clean. Mm-hmm. Okay. Real clean.
All right. But yeah, tell us about the trips.
Yeah, so I mean, we've gone on in a year and a half. We've gone on 5 golf trips, and we try to cram in as much golf as we possibly can. Mm-hmm. So most of our golf trips, because we all work full time, are Thursday through Sunday golf trips. We try to get in 6 to 8 rounds in 4 days. Which, if anybody knows, a round of golf takes about 4.5 hours. So we're playing 36 holes, which is 2 rounds of golf a day.
Okay.
4 days in a row. So we get off a plane, we go straight to a golf course. We play another golf course right after it. We sleep for 6 hours. We get up and do it all over again.
How early?
So we are golf sickos.
How early do you guys get to the golf course? Because I don't know shit about golf.
Well, if you're trying to cram in 36 holes in a day, usually you're starting around at 7 a.m. and you're ending at 7 p.m.
That sounds like worse than going snowboarding.
You take a lunch.
You take a lunch break. There's some travel involved in between courses. Sometimes you got to drive an hour to the next course.
But you don't really have to get ready. That's
No.
Like you don't have to. You just like you get the cart. You guys use carts at that point?
No. So
no?
I'm only heavy boy that rides. So I don't walk that often unless the course does not allow
carts.
Powered carts.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you have your own cart?
No.
Oh, I like the way you're like.
I don't got no trailer with a golf cart.
Yo, I was like trying to understand because you were saying like, unless the course doesn't allow a powered cart. I'm like, wait, do you bring your own cart?
No.
Is that how balling golf is?
Nah, you got backpack straps on your golf bag, so you just strap it up.
Or you get the wheelie thing.
Or you get a push cart.
I thought that's why, the only reason why we had black people on golf courses was to sit up here and carry the thing. Isn't that what Will Smith did?
I mean, there was Bagger Vance, but like
Will Smith had a what?
No, Will Smith was in a golf movie.
Oh, in the movie. I was thinking Fresh Prince.
No.
I was like,
did have an episode,
what episode was that?
where him and Uncle Phil took the money on the golf course.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, he got himself into a sticky situation. Uncle Phil had to come save him.
No, that was pool.
No, he did it in golf too.
I was gonna say, I remember when he did it in pool.
Yeah, I don't remember the golf episode.
I think I remember the golf episode too.
Yeah.
In West Philadelphia. That's wait, what?
Well, because it was 2 different moment types.
Yeah,
The golf one was Will didn't realize Uncle Phil was kind of hood, and then the pool one, and then the golf one was Will didn't realize Uncle Phil, even though he does this quote unquote white stuff, has like a skill.
Yes.
Like a skill like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like Will was like, this is stupid, and then Uncle Phil's good at it, and it's like, actually it's not that stupid.
It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Were you guys like actively watching like Fresh Prince when it came out? Like I only like randomly caught
religiously.
it. No, I couldn't tell you what day or time anything that Fresh Prince came on.
I don't know what day or time it came on. I just remember watching it when it was new. But
Barely.
yeah.
Jonah, I know you are all of like 12 years old. Did you watch Fresh Prince, or do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I watched some episodes, but not all of it.
That's all you need to know.
Just saying.
We'll get you caught up. Yeah.
But no, all right. So the trip's dope. There is an interesting thing that you're trying to hire me to do right now, which is only hilarious because I had a plan. I was gonna mess you up, because you told me the story of this golfer. What was the golfer's name one more time? That you wanted me to do a painting of?
Oh, Lee. Wow. Wow. Lee Elder.
Lee Elder. And
Yes.
I was going to do said piece, but I was actually, because you had him in the red outfit, and it just kept reminding me of the Adam Sandler movie. And I was
Happy
instead
Gilmore?
gonna do Homie with the
Oh my
missing
God.
arm.
Said you're gonna do Chubbs?
I was gonna do Chubbs.
That's messed up.
That'd be a disgrace to Lee.
Yo, I was like, and who's that? Isn't he based on? Who's that character based on? Because he's based on a golfer.
I actually don't know what Chubbs is based off. I actually don't know the background on that.
On Chubbs?
Nah. I mean, he could be based off of Lee Elder. I mean, Lee Elder was one of the top PGA golfers in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Kind of a sad story with him when he was playing on tour. The golf industry has a very, very dark past when it comes to anybody of color, and so Lee was not allowed to change his clothes in the clubhouse. He wasn't allowed to, have access to certain parts of the golf courses and stuff when they were holding PGA tournaments. So Lee had to change in the parking lot. He had to get ready out there. He had his own section at the driving range that he was only able to use. And up to the 1980s, they weren't allowing. I mean, still to this day, there are golf courses out there that do not allow people of color to be members.
And I mean, so
And
that's
it's more on the private side than it is anywhere on the public side.
I don't even understand how that can like happen these days. Within how people are so happy within suing people for shit.
They still have golf courses that don't allow women.
What?
Yeah. I'm not joking. Like, there is a golf course in San Francisco, which is one of the most liberal cities in the world, that does not allow women on the golf course on Saturdays.
It's gentlemen only, ladies forbidden.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Golf.
That's wild.
It's crazy. And those are kind of the stereotypes we want to kind of break down.
Yeah.
Is like, it's a completely accessible sport. It should be accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
And like, and that's where like his nephew Nori is getting into golf pretty heavy. And Terrell.
Yeah.
And I'm doing everything I can, because my other job I do is I do custom club fitting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I get access to a lot of, free equipment, things like that. So anytime that I have access to that, I make sure that I'm hooking up Terrell and Nori with clubs and getting them properly set up so that they can enjoy the game as much as I can.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things is taking those guys, and even Jordan. Jordan's hilarious because First time I took that guy out, he shows up at the golf course with no golf clubs. Doesn't have any club. Didn't tell me ahead of time that he didn't have his own clubs. Luckily, I'm a crazy person and bring extra golf clubs with me.
I will say the first time I played golf, I didn't know that you had to have your own.
Yeah, I think you would rent them at the course. Is that not a thing? Okay.
You can.
It's not like Oaks Park?
That honestly,
That's
like
what
but for me it was like Bullwinkles, right? When you go to like do the putt.
Putt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
thought
give
that
you
they
a putter,
had.
they give you a
Yeah.
ball
So
kind
I
of
thought it
situation.
was the same thing.
Yeah. So there's so many rules in golf that are kind of like, unless you've done it, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big thing that we try to do also with the podcast is kind of like, if you listen to our episodes, we're giving you information. We have a full episode basically of like explaining to people that haven't gone out and played like what is needed to go out and play. And one thing I absolutely love to do is bring newer golfers out with me to kind of show them the ropes. Because there are, I wouldn't say there's rules that are stigmatizing the actual game, but if you don't know, you won't know. There's nobody telling you at the beginning, the first time you ever go out and play, here's the rules, stick to them.
I mean, it kind of like what you're saying reminds me a lot of the new Will Smith movie about the Williams, and it not understanding the culture or bringing your own culture to it. It's like you're bringing food to the golf course.
Yeah.
You're doing that. Wait, you don't have the pleated da outfit. Oh, that's the racket you're bringing. Like, I think there's so much within the idea of it being like, yo, this is something where you have to do like when someone rides horses. It's like, I'm never going to be able to financially afford all the things going around it. Yes, I can go ride a horse once. I can't sit up here and be an equestrian and do this as a sport because it's just too much. And I think that even though golf, when you think about it, it's like, all right, you need a club and a ball and that's it. It's like, yeah, but you need access to the resorts to sit up here and play at. And that's the thing that I love about what you're doing is that you're demystifying that of being like, no, there is a little 9-hole golf thing right around the corner you can actually go to. It's like, I think too many within black people, and I might be wrong about this, but it's the way that I always thought of it. It's like, yo, that's a plantation. Like, I have to be invited or be up to a certain class, or I have to work there to be on there. Otherwise, it's going to be a bad or a horrible experience. And I think that it takes time, and it takes people like Tiger Woods and Serena Williams to sit up here and break the mold of that. But I think even more importantly to what you're doing, and I think what you're trying to convey with what you guys have been doing, is that, one, you can come into this, we can change the culture of this, and it'd be probably best for everyone if we did change the culture of this.
Absolutely. I mean, that's us in a nutshell. We want the accessibility across the board for all walks of life to be able to walk out there. If you're, if you want to go out there and play in a t-shirt and in cutoffs, or if you want to, get full decked out in your golf gear and be fitted to the nines, like I could care less. I just want everybody to go out there and enjoy the game like I do, and like I've enjoyed since I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
And, it's a game that you see a lot of professional athletes when they retire go out and start playing golf. And the reason
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, well, before he retired, the dude was more addicted to golf than he was basketball.
Yeah.
Like, the dude before the NBA Finals went out and played 18 holes and then went to go play, in the finals, which is nuts to me. But, it's a game of imperfections. And I think that's what draws so many people into it, is because you can play this game and never be the greatest you've wanted to be at the game. It's such a challenging and humbling experience going to play golf because you're never going to be perfect at it.
Yeah.
You're basically trying to you're trying to minimize your mistakes, but also learn from those mistakes and be able to play off of those.
Yeah, because there's no person that's ever done like bowling, hit a 300 within golf. No one's gotten a hole in one on all 18 holes.
It's impossible.
It'd be like impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah. So
Like,
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So having like
That-
you know, those kind of things, it draws people in. It becomes slightly addictive because there's never a level of being perfect at it. So you keep trying and to get that perfection, but it's never going to come.
it kind of reminds me almost of more so than any other sport, like NASCAR or racing, just in the sense of like you're just trying to improve upon your lap time within stuff. There is no end goal of this is the flat best thing or anything like that, or another person. You're competing against other people, but you're also in the same sense competing against yourself, just within
100%.
trying to
Yeah.
improve.
Yeah,
and,
you're right. That'd be like NASCAR or like racing, almost like bowling.
But bowling, you can get a perfect game, and you can never get a perfect game in golf.
You can get a really close to perfect game. Like they set like a this is
the par.
So there are
yeah.
These
course
3
records.
under
Yeah,
par.
there are
Yeah.
records.
There
Yeah.
are course records. So every course has a record.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of a goal to achieve when you go play different courses because every course has a different record held by different people.
Yes.
So, you can have a goal to achieve every time you go out and play, but rarely are you ever going to beat a course record. You have to either be on the professional side of golf or, be
same as racing.
a strong amateur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
You're like one person who sets it's like when you go to the arcade and it's like the same name, after.
Yeah.
And then you have like a
Ace,
yeah,
ace,
and then
ace, ace.
and like John, ace, and John's like, yeah, I got 6th, but it's
There's only so many Tony Schumachers out there.
yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. So there's certain things that we do on the show, and we make them into like they're kind of the rituals of the show. And we started a new one recently, and I want you to take part in it. You're the second one to do this, but I also think that you would be one of the better persons to do this. So it is the fuck, marry, kill, but we do it with Jordans.
Okay.
Huh?
So we do that.
Yeah, we
Man.
We did it last episode with Alicia, and we were just deciding like which Jordans are the Jordans. All right.
Okay.
So how it goes is basically.
Okay.
So I did a horrible. I was trying to bring up the thing, and then he asked me a question, thinking at the same time. It's hard over here. It's hard doing all the stuff. But no. All right. So basically, it's which ones would you fuck? But basically, be what are the goats? What are the like you get to wear once, have them, own them. These are the best. The marry are these you could wear every day for the rest of your life.
Okay.
And then the kill are which Jordans would you just want to wipe off the map that no longer need to exist? They can be done with.
There's a lot of those.
So, within going in them, within the numbers, so you can kind of remember what they are. And if you want to be more specific within it, you can, but you can just do it by the number too.
Okay. So Mary would for sure be 3s. I mean, it's not even close. There isn't another Jordan that has ever been made that I wouldn't wear every single day. I'm actually wearing them right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yep. Oh, I did see that when I walked in.
yeah. So like 3s every day of the week, no question. One that I actually just absolutely love that I would fuck, I guess, would be the
You're Megan Fox?
would be the Jordan 7s. So 7s for me, especially in certain colorways like the Bordeaux's. In my opinion, I don't think there is a better colorway or silhouette.
That is a great colorway.
It is like
citruses.
they killed it. The citruses, I mean, even the
raptors,
Patas.
Hairs.
There's
you're right.
so
Powers.
many 7s.
Pararos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many 7s that just that were
There are
just
some good
amazing.
sevens.
And I'm going to get murdered for this.
Okay.
Murdered for this.
It's about to be the 11.
The ones.
Oh, what?
Dude, I said the same thing.
The ones could go away forever. They're so uncomfortable.
They're very.
I'm a big boy. So, like, I'm like 260 pounds, like 6'3". Like, I'm a big boy.
I wouldn't get rid of it.
All right, so my reasoning for getting rid of the ones. So mine's was I wanted the 5s is who I married, the 11s is who I'd fuck, and then the 1s is who I'd kill. And the reason for me killing the 1s was because, like, yo, I can never get a size in these. These are like the mythical unicorn that always gets screws up for me. And to be honest, I can just wear dunks. I can wear dunk highs, dunk mids, and it's damn near the same silhouette.
And
So-
you get a little
Close.
air zoom in the dunks.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of more love in the cushion.
And no
Sometimes.
one's going to
Sometimes.
murder me for sitting up
You
here
get that-
skating
Yeah.
in my dunks as much as they would murder me for skating in their Air Jordans, even though the Air Jordans were the original
Unless you got the
skate shoe within
Lances.
those. Yeah. So we're on the same. We're close.
We're
close.
blasphemy to the sneaker industry, though.
Yeah, dude,
We're
yo.
gonna get murdered for that.
Fine. I'm good with it.
No, because in all honesty, if you could get them, how would you feel about them other than that?
To be honest, besides the only reason why I really would love them is only because Miles Morales. Once again, I can wear dunks.
Okay.
So I've owned many pairs in my life, and
Of
they're
ones.
all
I've never
no
owned a
longer
pair.
in my collection. I've gotten rid of all my ones. The older I get, the more cushion I need. So I get more and more geriatric the older I get. So the more cushion, the better. And the higher the number got in the Jordans, the more comfortable they got.
It's true.
So
It's true. Till you got to 23.
yeah,
23 was
All
like
right.
it was.
was like
Ian,
a
I think-
frisbee.
But the
I-
changing out of the 22 soles where you could change the different pockets in them,
Oh yeah.
that was
21
that was
and 22.
incredible. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, incredible.
Yep.
All right.
Shout out Dwayne.
Yes.
Let us know, Ian, because I'm very interested to hear this one.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we can definitely ruin, just get rid of 17s. And it sucks because my guy
I'm with that.
my guy designed them.
The case was crazy.
The case is amazing. The story that they did with it, pinnacle.
Whenever I
Yes.
see those,
The-
all I see is the DNA of the Kobe's Adidas robot shoes.
No, I mean, Mellows were kind of designed after the 17s.
Yeah. Yep.
You can see
So
that.
the inspiration was like jazz, like the music note. So there's when you take the shroud or that piece off of the laces, it's actually like music, like it's supposed to read like sheet music. It's kind of tight. But not for me. Or maybe even the 15, because the 15 just looks like an open fish mouth.
Even Tinker doesn't talk
Yeah,
well about a
Tinker's
15.
like, listen, we're not gonna worry about that. one.
Yeah.
I just remember whenever I look at the 15s, it just reminds me of the old Gumby weird haircut.
Oh,
that
yep.
the dude,
Was it-
the weird dancing dude
Yeah.
that
I
you know
haven't
that's
seen-
like on the car
It's like-
and everything else in the
I haven't
video.
seen
It's like
one
Eldred
more-
Payton's hair.
I haven't seen one person wear a pair of 15s and pull it off.
No.
Like,
I know so
Nobody.
many people who love 15s, and when they wear them, they're like, "Oh, aren't these sick?" I'm like, "Dog, no,
they
they're
look
not.
horrible on your feet.
They look like,
They look like MC Hammer's hair in the 90s.
man, they look like a bunch of things that I never want."
Yeah.
So let's see. I
What?
probably could get down. This is my thing, bro. I love the 23, all the design inspiration and the reasoning behind it, and how they were trying to get like more using waste better and all that stuff.
Remember when
But
I
the
told you
shoe
about
is
answering the question and then going long into the
You want my answer?
I would love it.
Okay, 23s. I would get down with. 17's got to go, and ones I could live with forever.
All right.
So you would marry the
I can't
one.
explain anymore because I'm gonna go long.
No, you're gonna marry. No, it's fine to go. No. So the thing is, it's just answering the question so we can clip it, and then you can go into the long part
But
so
you
then they
know,
can see it later.
as a man that designed sneakers, like
He
his
did design.
explanation is more important
what
than
did
me
you-
and yours.
What did you technically do?
I was developer, but
Developer.
now I'm a designer.
Now you're a designer. Ooh.
Hey, that Adidas release.
Hey.
I guess technically I've had a shoes released. I just try not to. I try not to make it like that, but you know, I've designed some things.
You dabbled a little
A
bit.
little dabulence. But yeah.
So you marry the ones.
They're just uncomfortable, but I know that.
Okay, but you once again you marry the ones.
Yeah.
You'd fuck the 23s, right?
I would
those are
mess
the
with
one-
23s.
Just fool around. Just
I
fool.
would-
You have a one night
I would-
stand with the 23s,
I would-
and then you would kill the 17s.
Actually, I'm switching it to the 15.
The 15s you would kill.
Yeah, because at least the 17 had a great story.
Yes.
Okay.
It just, to me, it just wasn't a great. Remember when they did the packs? Like you could get like the 11 and the 12,
Yep.
like the equal
They did
23.
the 23 packs. Yep.
Yep. So the
Bring those back
what
to
would that
it.
have been in the? Was it, I think the 6?
The ones and the 22s.
The 6 and the 17.
Yep.
The 1 and 22 pack was fire, actually.
The 6 and 17 pack were great, but nobody wanted the 17.
Bro, I
in that
sold the
pack.
17s for $25.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
I
everybody was just
get 'em
sliding
gone.
that slide out, and they're like, nah.
Yeah, and I just kept the 6. Yep.
Yeah. The 6s were incredible.
The 6s were great. I think I actually still have them. I did not get the 3 and 20 pack. That was one that a lot of people wanted.
The 11-12 might have been the best pack.
11 and 12 is fantastic.
It was the
I
best
still
pack.
have it. It
Yes.
is premium.
I gotta say this because it's a thing that like
Premium.
10, 13.
to a certain extent,
was
like
good.
I understand sneaker collecting. I am a little bit of a sneaker collector, but I'm like a wide range. Like I love skate shoes. I love different stuff. But it's always funny to me when like my homies that have like these extensive sneaker collections where I'm like, yo, you spent like $200 on like one pair of sneakers, brand new. You just got them. And then they're going to go up in value from there. And some of these rare ones you spent $1,000 or whatever else on. And I'm like, yo, y'all give me shit for buying a $30 Ninja Turtle toy? Yeah.
I mean, 'cause-
My Darth Vader, I'm like, yo, I understand the collecting. I get it. Yo, there's certain things that I got that are way too expensive. I totally understand it.
Yeah.
But when certain people are like, I can't believe you collected that. And I'm just like, motherfucker, you have 300 and X amount of shoes.
Hey, I will say this
At
man
$200
this,
each?
This man could sell his collection and put a down payment on a house.
not anymore. I put a lot of payments on a coffee shop.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, but I think that no.
Concourse came
Hey,
from
bro,
the collection.
Concord, hey, man, Concourse came out the mud. Came out the mud.
You know how many Jordans it took to
Yeah.
make this?
You know
Yeah.
how many?
They're like, hey, can you get us lunch today? No, you have a job.
Top now.
You have a job. You get paid.
Dude, I love the fact that you've somehow turned into the grandpa off of off of Boondocks. Yo, I
I'm
respect
granddad all day.
it all day.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping to God that I'm
Is
not
Nori
Uncle
one of
Russell.
the boys?
Yes.
Uncle Ruckus, sorry,
He,
Uncle Ruckus.
Nori's was it the one who's like the wise one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riley would have to be Jordan.
Maybe. No, Jordan's not that. I don't know who's Riley. I have to think about that.
But hey.
Well, which Jordan? The one that
Barista Jordan, not
okay, I thought-
not
Roasted
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you feel about 19s?
you know what? To play in, great.
Sure. Yeah.
Play in, great.
They're very comfortable.
I cannot sport them. There's just not a fit I could put together. Like without the shroud, a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But 19s, it's a tough one. Say 20s might be the hardest fit to ever get.
I
together.
never put a pair on. I wanted to, but I never did. But 20s just
The
seems
ankle strap just made
Yeah.
it impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early days of proprioception, right
I
there.
just want to let you know you guys are sleeping on the 11s.
No, we're
Well,
not.
No, we're not. Everybody, it's just like an obvious pick in my opinion. Like the 11s are everyone's favorite.
They're
It's
not
the
super-
people's champ.
What happened? They're not super wearable. They're just like
I just feel like
They just
going.
always look good.
they just
with
always look
everything.
good. Yeah.
If I ever
Sweats,
go
jeans,
to
anything.
an award show, that's what I want to wear.
That nerd fact.
Hmm?
If you look over the years of Jordan, you realize that the toe went away. The toe became clean. That was because Michael's thought was when he's playing basketball, he is dressed in a suit or he's performing. So he wanted his sneakers to be like dress shoes. So that's why so you saying that about the 11 is like exactly what
And the
he
reason
wanted.
why Boys to Men wore them to the Grammys.
I also want to just say.
Yeah.
I love within the shoe culture and everything else, these stories, these mythical stories of why they did or made some choice within stuff. Because my favorite, here, let me see if I can bring them up real quick. My favorite, or one of my favorite skate shoes of all time.
Well, that's kind of why he had a
Kinda
re-entry
idea.
of the 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had
because he had a
change the
toe
10.
cap
Yep.
on it.
Yep. He had to take
And
it
he
off.
didn't like how it wasn't a clean toe look. So if you got them toe cap 10s,
That's a
they
lot
are
of
worth
money.
a fortune.
Yeah. Jordan 1.
He pulled those off the shelves real quick.
30.
Like the engineering that went into this specific shoe. Jesus Christ, you just me doing a podcast and me saying words is just hilarious on so many extents. Are we really gonna do this? We're gonna take 18 years just to bring up an image? Jesus.
I'm gonna send you this.
These shoes, like for skate shoes, like how they were engineered, how they had the rubber top to sit up here and be the skate guard, even having the gum sole.
One of the first non-vulcanized sole.
Like I just this was like when I worked at Zoomies back in the day. For those who do not know, this is like the shoe within like any person that was like skating. Like, yo, what's a good skate shoe? I was like, this is.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was those, and then it was the Americas as well. The Reynolds,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and then Eric Costin's first S shoe. The Costin ones were just like changed the game.
I had the
Costin
one.
one, or was it the Costin? Was it the?
So the 3 was the one he modeled after Jordan's,
Yeah.
and he put out in Laker colorways.
I thought that was the. I'm thinking of a different shoe. Never mind.
Costin one was like it had like an E on the side for Eric.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's so weird how long they stayed with the same silhouette and just never changed it, which was always kind of the weird thing to me within the shoe world, because like the person that really like changed the shoe game for skate was Rob Dyrdek. Like he made a deal with DC for him to design shoes. That's actually the reason why he's like ridiculously rich, is because he was like, instead of me taking this upfront money from you from designing these shoes and everything else, let me sit up here and take points or percentages on everyone that was getting sold. And then he would just make a bazillion shoes. He made such a large portion of the DC catalog. It's like fucking ridiculous.
But I would say the first shoe in skating that changed or made a huge impact would have been the Costin 3 with ES, because it was the first basketball shape of a sneaker that you saw in the skating realm. And then Nike jumped in and they started making shoes like the Trays.
Yeah. Before
And
that, it
like-
was like the EQ and the URL.
I mean, do you
iPad
remember him
was
being
another one.
Yo, we
iPath,
talked
yeah.
about iPath last time.
Yeah.
It's crazy because he went from being on ES, he was on Lakai for
Those are the
a
ones.
while. Like Eric Costin, I think like if I had to do my favorite skaters of all time, it's like Daewon Song, Eric Costin, Rune Glifberg, Kenny Anderson.
But those bottom right
Yeah.
there, the
They
red and
tried to
white
the
ones.
12s.
Though, see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
He almost got sued from Jordan for those.
That's
So he
tight.
put those out, and Jordan was like, yeah, and that was his force.
Yeah, dude. This is
That's tight.
I mean, yeah. You look at that, and then you look at that, and
Oh,
it's like,
what is that photo? The one with like multiple shoes on it?
this one.
Yeah. Does that have all of them laid out?
so yeah, those were kind of his. through the years type situation there.
Man, you good. You don't got it.
Hey,
can you click on the link that I just sent you? Because I have because we're gonna get into another version of sneakerdom.
Can I ask you one question first off before we
It's in the same but it's in the same zone that we were in. But yeah, go ahead.
just who's your favorite skater of all time? Is it a video?
Yeah, but I just want you to stop it still on all the shoes.
Okay.
Similar how you had it before. I don't know my favorite skater of all time. Can you go back like to the beginning? I think did it have all of them in the beginning? Where was it? I don't know. I know it's in there. Where it has like every single. It went all the way from maybe it's toward the end, from 1 to 36. Yeah, it'll probably just keep going. Yeah, does it have it toward the end?
Let's see.
I kind of had a few favorite skaters growing up.
What, man? You know, like what is that image? Like the static image
Yeah, I
on YouTube. You saw it, right? Yeah, because it's like this one.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
I
That
don't.
might be right at the end.
It's either right at the, but you know you can like post like a static one.
It's gotta. It came up like for a split second, and I don't know.
Man, I was just hoping to look at all of them. Anyway,
Yeah, that sucks. Anyways,
yeah, favorite skater. I don't know. I don't know. Because I like a lot of them for a bunch of different reasons.
I mean, like I always think about Terry Kennedy also, and then
He changed
Stevie
the game in a lot of
Williams.
different ways.
Kareem Campbell. I know everyone's gonna give me crap. He's like, "You're just naming Tony Hawk Pro skaters." I'm like, "No, there's Kenny Anderson. Was Kenny Anderson on there? I can't remember, but
I mean, you got boys like Salabonzi was a great skater. Like Jeff Raleigh was always one of my guys. Like
what
he
was
just
the dude
went
from
big.
Brazil? The dude, Bob, not Bob Burnquist.
Not about. I know who you're talking about though.
He's from Brazil, but
Yeah.
not. I'm pretty sure it's not the street skater you're talking about. Bob wasn't much of a street skater.
But anyways, I just love that skating and skate shoes are becoming this thing within it, just kind of like basketball. It's not up to that level yet. I think the Supremes were like getting up there with them being like the collectability and everything else within the shoe game for skate. But
SBs go through like waves. So you
Yeah.
had the waves of the like mid 2000s.
yeah,
Like 2003 to like 2008 were just like a skyrocketing effect for SBs, and then they died off until about 3 years ago.
Yeah, they died off, but like all the early SB stuff just never goes away.
Yep.
You know, the earlier stuff is just always it's popping like Lil Mama's lip gloss. My lip gloss is popping.
It's on the same level as Jordan's at this point. Like,
Yeah.
You
Oh,
put
for
out
sure.
certain colorways, and it goes as hard, resells as hard as any Jordan does.
Yep.
Like, you put out the Skunks anytime. You put out the Three Bears. You put out, there's a million of them that they could just keep re-releasing and just sell out every single time.
I love the names of these.
Hey,
They do have some crazy names.
Like,
Yeah.
you got the Three Bears? Oh, bro, all day I got the Three Bears.
Yeah.
You got the Skunks, though? Oh, man, you don't even need
So
to
which
know
year?
about it.
but
Yeah.
that's what's so dope about the SB line is they had so many storylines behind the scenes of what made the sneakers what they are that didn't even, correlate with skating.
Yeah.
Like, Three Little Bears don't have anything to do with skating,
Nope.
but everybody thought it was crazy to do a mid, low, and high, and like
It's
have
like
them all
fuzzy,
represented.
yeah.
It's fuzzy material,
Yeah.
and like the materials used on SBs, they couldn't do on any other sneaker. Like, nobody would mess with them.
No.
Like, nobody'd buy an ugly skunk-colored
Yeah.
sneaker except for skaters.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of sneakers and the GOAT, gonna bring this over to real quick.
Allen Iverson.
Nope. Blow your mind real quick. Don't know if you know this.
Have his face on any of his album covers since Kanye is so widely regarded.
Kanye West has never had his face on any of his album covers.
He's been on
Since
it.
Kanye is so widely regarded as a narcissist, I just thought it was really interesting and cool that he doesn't have his face on any of his covers. What do you think? Yo, is anybody else?
That is kind of crazy.
I
I
mean,
don't think I ever would.
I never noticed it. Yeah.
yeah,
Like Kanye's likeness has been on it, but not.
not
I was
really.
about
I
to
mean,
say-
besides
like the Bears and
Twisted-
stuff like that.
You know, the bear was actually Dave Chappelle.
Was it the first two album covers the Bear had was Dave Chappelle?
Well, the bear, when he would have him come out to concert or do certain things, it would be Dave Chappelle sometimes in the bear costume, just sitting up here acting a fool. Like it's extremely funny, but it's also funny that we bring up Dave Chappelle because I don't know if you heard. So you know, Half Baked and was a classic movie, and 420 is coming up here in a couple of days. So I thought it would only be appropriate for us talking about Dave Chappelle's famous drug dealer. Do you know who it is?
Samson.
Samson. Come on.
No, it actually was the one and only, the living goat himself. Idris Elba.
No.
Idris Elba sold weed to Dave Chappelle once back in the
Hey.
day.
I believe it. Yeah, it just said, "Listen, I got to get on too."
Yo,
It said Bosi.
was Idris in The Wire?
I don't know. I never watched
I
it.
never watched that show.
Thank you. Who?
Yeah,
Your brother talking about?
Oh, my brother
us,
talks about The Wire,
like yo. And The
Like-
Wire is like in Boston, right?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Baltimore.
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 Yeah,
Baltimore.
I'm a Baltimore.
I just couldn't stop laughing at how much your brother went on and on and on about it.
He
Like,
he loves.
he loves it to a degree that I couldn't even really.
Don't get T started on anything.
No,
Man,
I was gonna
You'll be
send
there
you
for
something.
hours.
So
What was I gonna send you?
you said something earlier before we started the show about some your favorite musical golfer artists. But before we get into who that is, I wanted to give you our other thing that we do on the episodes when we have guests. I need that top five. Top five. It doesn't have to be of forever. It can just be for today. Who is your top five greatest MCs of all time?
Oh,
It can change tomorrow.
Man, that's
it
put on
it can
the spot.
be different when you were a kid. But right now, who is it?
right now, Busta Rhymes is always on there for me.
Okay.
I mean, always.
Give me some more.
Common is always on there for me.
Okay.
Killer Mike is always on there.
Respect.
Kanye. And I'm gonna say Jay.
That's a solid list.
Cole,
Jay-Z.
Electronica.
There are a few J's. I guess I gotta elaborate there. Yeah,
No,
Jay-Z for sure.
If
Jay.
anybody's saying a top five in a list,
Balbin.
is
I doubt
Jay-Z.
Jay Electronica is who I'm talking about. No hate to Jay Electronica. You are fire, but you ain't Jay-Z.
All
Oh,
the
man.
hate to Jay Electronica. No.
I feel like people in this city don't love Jay Electronica on a personal note.
Wait. Say that again.
So I feel like people in this city don't like Jay Electronica on a personal note.
I
out
hate
here.
those people.
He's out here just canceling concerts that everybody was supposed to be opening for, and like people were hype waiting for him to get here. I was sad about the Boo Bomb that got canceled. I was about to go in.
He wasn't gonna be at the Blue One.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, wait.
I was like, did you Slim Thug and Paul Wall and like Jacquees and Jay Electronica? That'd be hilarious.
All right. Give me your 3-act best concert ever if you can make it happen.
Oh, best concert ever.
I mean, about everything.
Ooh.
You got 3 acts.
So personally,
Mm-hmm.
best concert I've seen.
We're making this up. It doesn't have to be something you've seen, but if it is something you've seen, that you get double points.
One that I've seen that was got to be one of the best was the Jay-Z and Beyonce tour when they did. We just saw the second one that they did right before COVID, and I mean it was the largest stage I've ever seen. So we saw them at the Seahawks stadium.
Yeah.
Their stage was taller than the stadium.
Oh,
it
wow.
was 5 levels tall with an elevator, with a 20-piece brass band in each level.
Yeah.
I mean, the actual walkway came out 2 football fields long. It was just it was incredible.
I got to just ask you, how much were those tickets? Just one ticket. How much was it?
You know what? It wasn't as bad as you think. I think it was like $150.
It's not bad.
No, and we were like first row upper deck,
Okay.
which in my opinion
that's pretty good.
it was
That's
probably
actually
the
probably
best
a
place
great-
to sit
yeah.
because of how large their stage was. I think if you were on the floor, you wouldn't have got the experience that we got because you got to see everything from where we were at.
Yeah.
Where if you were on the floor, you'd be basically looking up 5 stories the entire time.
See, the only thing that I have problems with those kind of concerts is that they don't do them on regular tour stops. So you get one like in Washington, you're not getting a fucking Oregon one. You're getting one in LA. It's like,
There's
yo,
30 big cities and that's it.
But it's not just even the big cities. It's more so like, hey, this region, we're gonna make everyone come to us.
Yeah.
We could do one in your city. It's gonna sell out just as much as this one's gonna sell out. But we would rather have everyone come out to hear us just do this one and then and pack it out and make you drive 5 hours.
It's probably cheaper that way too, though.
Yeah.
But for
Cheaper
them,
for them. Yeah, that's what I'm
for
saying.
them. But no,
Greedy
what
son of
I
bitches.
hate is when you get a show, you go to the show in a bigger city and then you go in like a smaller market and the show is different.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
you still get a show, but your show is just
They
like,
dumb it down.
yeah, you're like, hold on a second, man. Like I went
You
to
didn't
the
do half your set.
yeah, like I went to the Tyler show. Don't get it twisted. The show was great, but I went to the Tyler show and you know he's standing there and like there's part of it where like oh my goodness, who did the album?
That really was a
DJ Drama.
okay.
And you know, like you hear him, but I was like, man, that'd be tight if he was here, you know, or at one point I think like somebody was supposed to be like rapping, like walking through the house, and they had like a virtual, like it looked like he was walking through, and everybody thought that the artist was coming out,
Yeah.
but he didn't, you know. But if this was like L.A., New York, Chicago, Miami, you know, it would have happened. But so I hate that sometimes. Where I'm just like, or like Travis Scott did when he was in Portland. He like was in Portland, went to Seattle, came back to Portland. I saw him on the second time when he did the song Portland. It was like loosely playing in the background as like a transition song from when they had their roller coaster thing. They're like putting people on a roller coaster. I'm like, bro, you're in Portland.
Yeah.
You should be going crazy on this song, but instead, and everybody's like, when he was here a week ago, he did Portland, right? And we got like the.
But then Drake came out.
Did Drake come out?
Yeah.
The second time?
For
I
one of the
thought
times he came
That
out.
was
That was the first time.
the first time.
Yeah. See, the
first
second
he
time we
went
got
hard.
Yeah, the second time we're like, what's this little beat concert? I had never had standing room tickets at the Motor or the Roseland or whatever.
Don't do it.
Or not the Roseland, but Rose Garden or one more. I don't even remember which one we were at, but man, not tight.
No.
Oh, be on the bottom floor?
No.
Standing
Being like wall body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Basically, the top border of the entire arena.
And it's like
they let you
this
stand
wide.
there. Yeah.
And like people are trying to go past you, and like you can't go past.
All I
We had
know.
those for the Glow in the Dark tour for Kanye, Lupe, in the NRD tour.
Okay,
Like,
okay, but wasn't
One of
that
the best
one of the
shows
best shows I've ever been
seen.
to?
I
And
never
that
got
scene,
to
Oh
go.
man,
we saw it at the old Arco Arena in Sacramento. one of the best concerts. That
If
would
they-
be on my top.
Man,
five.
that is one of
If
By
they
far.
if they
Yes.
brought back that concert right now,
That was my favorite concert I've ever been to.
I didn't get to
Yes.
go to it. I
Dude,
didn't get to go to
The
it.
moonscape where the stage for Kanye was like moving while he was walking. The whole thing. Lupe killed it,
Lupe did kill it. And Lupe went
Kill
on
it.
stage at like 7:01.
dude. And this
Like the doors open and Lupe was like, kick, push. And
Yeah.
have you never heard me tell this story that I thought that was my brother? because we had asked my brother if he wanted to go to the show, and my brother skates, and he's like a skinny dude with glasses, always talking about skateboarding and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And like, I had never heard the song before. Yeah, I just hadn't.
Okay.
And like my brother was, we asked him if he wanted to go to the show. He said no. We got there and we're like, man, who's this dude? And he's out there doing a song about skateboarding. Skinny, lanky, black dude.
white
and-
kid singing along.
Yeah, and my
Yo, he
and my
looks
brother,
like your brother.
And my brother wasn't. My brother was like, I can't go to the show. I was like, dog, is that my? And my brother used to rap, long time ago.
You're blowing my mind.
Yeah, so I was like, is this T?
I'm-
It's just like his rap name is
His
Lupe
alter
Fiasco.
T-
Bro, I
T-
literally
Fiasco.
man. Yeah, I had
Oh.
bro. I was actually shook. I really thought it was my brother, but yeah, well, because that was the one where he had the band, right? Like the band that
Lupe
was
had
in
the
the
band.
no, Kanye, right? Where he
No.
had the band and they were in the squares.
No, it wasn't. So he was actually on the moon. So like his floor was actually like a lifted stage that was like a moonscape.
Okay,
And he was like
Then it must have
walking
been-
along the moonscape. And they had Rihanna was in that tour as well.
I remember.
Was that
it
the
was,
glow in the
she-
dark tour?
it was terrible.
Yeah, so Rihanna was horrible.
She was terrible.
And then NERD came
Why
on
was she
after
terrible?
her.
Yep.
And it's crazy that Pharrell was the second opener
Yeah.
for that concert. And then they had Lupe, who was basically at that point Kanye's like protege,
Yep.
because both from Chicago, and then Kanye. And I mean,
So
the
what
Lupe
is-
transition to Kanye was nuts.
Oh, you did it that way? Because mine was Lupe,
Rihanna,
Rihanna,
NERD.
NERD.
So they must have been changing
Oh.
it through that tour.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. That's Glow in the Dark.
Yeah, that's Glow in the Dark.
Okay.
tour.
They must have changed
The
it because
Squares was the next was Graduation.
okay. Yeah. You're right.
This was the
You're
late
right.
registration.
You're
tour.
right. Yep.
Well, I gotta say, probably
I saw
my.
all 5 of his first tours.
P.S. Remember when
I
we were
think I
supposed
saw
to go?
3 of 'em.
When we went
Yeah.
to the Jay-Z concert.
Yeah.
And then I ended up having to buy the whole entire round of tickets twice. So we went to the Jay-Z concert out here.
The 444 tour.
Yes, the 444
Me and the
tour.
wife did too. That was a great tour.
And
pretty
we
great.
were getting tickets online, and then we went through SeatGeek. P.S. Fuck you, SeatGeek. You're the worst. Never sponsor us. They basically what ended up happening was bought the tickets on SeatGeek, and then someone immediately, like 2 seconds later, was just like, "Holy shit! There's floor seats, and they're cheaper than the seats that we have up in the thing." And SeatGeek's whole entire thing is like best tickets, price, da 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 da, and these ones were fucking horrible in comparison. So it was like, oh word, well I'll just like we literally just bought them 10 seconds ago. I'll cancel the order and we can get these ones
Oh, I
because
remember that.
SeatGeek didn't have them. And then we bought the floor seats, and then SeatGeek was just like, nah, we're not giving you your money back. You place the order.
Yeah.
Like you can't have your money back. And I was just like, but we literally did it like we didn't know that there was floor seats available. Your site didn't show it. Like it's literally misrepresenting what it was doing. And they're like, we don't care. So then, anyways, long story short, I had to buy the tickets, and then the whole entire group's like, well, we're going to get a refund, and we're going to get the money back, and then we can get these tickets, but we're going to get a little bit extra. I'm like, y'all dogs, no, we're not. I'm literally buying the same tickets again.
Yeah. It's the worst.
Yeah, it was
That
bad.
was whack. I do remember that.
It was also hilarious, but that was amazing just because this was right after the Beyonce elevator incident with what's her name, and as you can see Jay walking back, and there's this girl with the fakest of all things blonde trying to reach out for Jay, and he just palmed her in the face as he was going back, and I was just like, yeah, Beyonce's upstairs.
Like, forget that. No, this whole thing is recorded.
Yes, that too.
He said, I don't care where she is. She can see this.
Yeah.
She's like, Jay. He's like, no way.
Well, all that to say, mine's was there was a concert with Little Brother, MF Doom, and then Common. He was doing Electric Circus, but it was still Common, and it was like my second concert of my life. And so that to say, Little Brother is doing a documentary about their whole entire coming up. So I am super stoked about this, and I'm just like, is this gonna get picked up by Netflix?
Probably.
Is there a group?
Well,
is
maybe
fiending
not
for it.
Netflix, but because Netflix has like a ownership problem.
Is there a documentary of a group that you would want that like your?
I think a documentary on DJ AM would be a really good one.
Did they do one?
They did like a unofficial like YouTube
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't great, but like one of my favorite, this would probably round out my top 3 would be I went to Electric Daisy Carnival with EDC, the last one that they held in Los Angeles. And that was actually one of the last events that AM performed in before he passed away. And it was one of the most incredible like shows I've ever seen. Like, I mean, he went on for an hour and a half. Bet Travis, so he had Travis Barker out there with him doing that like side by side, like, DJ.
How funny is it that Travis Barker is the person from Blink 182 that made it? The guy that, not the lead singer, not the harmonizer, whatever, like Travis Barker, the guy that said the least. Just amazing.
Perform the hardest.
He performed, yeah, absolutely.
One of the best drummers in the world.
Yeah.
Also funny, the list of women that dude has got with is fucking amazing. Especially the chick he was married to for the longest.
I mean, he's doing it wrong right now.
Pacific Blue.
He's with one of the Kardashians now.
I always forget that. I always think he's with Megan Fox.
The old one, Courtney or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But all that to get to.
Courtney kind of bummed though.
Was it Rory
Blackaroy.
Doug, Rory Blackaroy? You lying.
No. And that's the guy Roger Steele with him right there too.
All right, before we get hit by YouTube copyrights or whatever else.
I thought you was about to play. I thought you were about to play Who I Smoke.
What?
You know who also's got a bunch of golf hits now? Schoolboy Q.
Oh, I can believe that.
He's starting to pump them out too. I mean, he's diehard.
Hey.
Wow.
Look at that form.
Aren't you supposed to wear cleats?
You don't have to.
Oh, I remember this song. I need to.
You better turn it down. They gonna get caught.
It's gonna skip. Wow.
Hey.
Yo, Jesus Christ, that was like a wizard from Dungeons and Dragons out there. Did you see him? I
Smoke. Man, that was a
pretty good. You might have to make the golf playlist.
Hey, there's a lot of artists out there getting into the golf game. You see DJ Khaled posting about it all the time now.
I could believe it.
I mean, he's big into the private golf sector.
Yeah.
You wanted to show this off. I just want You were saying that this is Tiger Woods. This isn't easy, right?
That's Tiger Woods is basically that's his Jordan logo.
Yep.
Okay.
Like so when he won his first Masters, that was kind of his little like celebration when he sunk a chip from off the green, and so it's kind of eclipsed Tiger as like that's what people know him as with that logo.
I'm always surprised that he didn't have an actual tiger.
He does. So his head cover is nicknamed Frank.
Well, no, I mean, but on his like clothing and for his logo, like
So again, Frank is his like logo. If you go back and look at some of the old Nike stuff, they used to put his head cover Frank, and in the old Nike commercials for golf, they actually used to have Frank his head cover talk in the commercials.
Yeah, but on some ownership stuff, the Tiger Woods logo is Tiger's logo through Nike.
Yes.
So it's just like the most consumer-facing one that we see.
The TW
Yep.
logo is
Yep.
what most people know of Tiger Woods' logo.
Yep.
Very bland.
You wanted to get into this with Ian, so I had to bring it up.
Yeah, they're good. I learned about them super late, so I didn't have any chance to like try to go for them. Also, fours just kill my feet. But
Not a
but
great
man,
golf shoe,
dog.
to be honest.
Oh, really?
They I mean, they just like fours normally.
Yeah. Okay.
I
yeah.
do like how
But
they
that also
kinda,
is tight.
I mean, Eastside Golf, which is, black-owned brand, and one thing that I'm loving to see in golf is more of that. Like, you've got Trap Golf and Eastside Golf. There's a lot of them coming out of the woodworks that have been very well received in the golf community, especially on the public golf side of things.
Yeah.
And they're trying to change the narrative of golf. So, like, you can go out and wear a hoodie. You can go out and wear a T-shirt, wear Jordans. Like, it's okay. Like, there's nobody saying that you have to be in a polo or anything like that. And the narrative is slowly changing to where more public courses are allowing that.
Well, I mean, the old Florida, Miami, Vegas look of being all I think of is Miami Vice, but I think it's like a polished up Miami Vice is the look of most golf courses, or what I think of. Like the gold bracelet, the gold watch, maybe the chain. You got a little of the chest meat sticking out,
Yep.
maybe, and you have the cigar. I'm like, yo, you just Tony Montana out here,
It's true.
dude.
Basically, the Jordan walk into the arena look. The pleated Dockers.
Yeah.
With the polo, all of that.
Yeah.
I mean that was the golf look for so many years, and there's still golf courses out there that do not allow you to play unless you are wearing things like that.
Collared shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. All that stuff.
But I mean, places especially like Portland, that narrative is strongly changed.
Yeah.
And I mean, especially in the Bay Area too, because I mean, the richest people in the Bay Area dress like homeless people.
I
mean, you look at Zuckerberg. I mean, the dude wears the same hoodie every single day of the week, and one of the richest men in the world. Like,
But yeah, so many people do that. I mean, Steve Jobs did that. I think
Yep.
the dude that Jeff Bezos for a while did it, but now he's just like flannel and the sweater thing tied up.
Jeff Bezos definitely hit you with the double dutch.
yes,
He'll be working class man, and then he'll be like on one of them yachts.
Yo, speaking of working class, have you guys flown recently? I know you have. Have you
Yeah.
flown recently? Have you dealt with any craziness on the flight?
yeah. I actually had one girl that she was sitting in the back of the plane, and the stewardess asked her probably about 5 times to keep her mask up when she was flying, and on the 6th time, the stewardess just went off. Like, the stewardess just walked up to her and goes, "If you don't keep your fucking mask on, I will have you arrested the minute that we land. I'm asking you to do one thing and create common courtesy for every single person on this flight. If you can't have common courtesy for your other human beings that are in this flight, I will have no issue having you arrested when we land."
So I
The girl
recently
pulled it up. And,
Like they'll come on the plane and get you, and then
Yes.
let everybody off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
I've seen people get arrested off planes though. It's kind of crazy.
I've never seen someone get arrested, but I recently was on a flight, and they bring the food, and you're allowed to, when you're like drinking or eating,
Yeah.
to sit up here and take off your mask. So took down my mask, putting a chip in my mouth while just finishing the last bite, And the stewardess comes up to me, and I don't know why she did this, but she's just like, sir, you must have your mask up. And I was like, oh, I'm eating. And she's just like, sir, in between bites, you need to put your mask up. And I'm like, the chip is in my hand. Sir, I don't want to have to say this again to you. And then she just dips, and I'm just like, did I do something wrong? Like, did you see me put both of my bags over in the overhead compartment and not put one underneath the seat? Like, why are you mad at me?
Oh, you wanted them?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Forever and always. You know why? Because one of the first times I went out on tour, I went to go put my bag up, and then the thing was shut. And it was because a couple had come on, but the dude took too long. So the girl put her bag in, shut the thing, and then when her dude came up, then opened it back up, letting him know. So they had room. But I tried to open the thing, and when I did it, the lady yelled at me, and then the stewardess yelled at me, and I was just like, well, I can't go back. I'm stuck here. And she was like, sir, you're just going to have to check your bags in. And I was just like, and so since then, I'm just like, fuck it. Anything goes. Anything goes.
I love gate checking my bag.
Gate checking, if I have the
it's
right
actually a secret thing. If you want to save some cash and
Yo,
not deal with it.
He's getting it, bro.
Bruh, I don't want to say this, but is he doing the rain dance right now?
No,
What is he doing?
It's Chinatown Gandalf.
Yeah.
You never know, bro. He might finish up, and then the streets will be
Yo,
clean.
because there is some Smeagol's out here.
What are Smeagol's?
Smeagol, isn't that his name?
Yeah, the little
Precious.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smeagol?
That's my nemesis. Anyways, all that to sit up here and say, I don't know if you heard this. I want to get off the plane. A video shows the JetBlue passenger pleading with the crew after aborted landing. So basically, they were flying, and they had to land, and it was like crazy turbulence. People are getting sick and everything else. In fact, let's just go to the video so you can just hear the dude on here. In fact, hold on.
Of course, they're coming from Cancun, too.
Yeah. So the
got
plane
roamed
departed
up.
from Cancun
He's
to
coming off a bender.
The plane departed from Cancun to JFK International Airport in New York, but after stormy weather forced it to abort landing multiple times, it temporarily landed in Newark Liberty International instead. Some passengers felt nauseous from the bumpy ride and feared for their safety in case they had to fly again. So they were landed. They were technically in New York, and they wouldn't let them off the flight. And JetBlue has had a couple of incidents within this. The ending of the story is kind of fucking crazy, though. So let's.
You are putting everybody, you know, our life at risk. You know, I was scared.
I'm not going back up in there.
Think about it. The weather wasn't good. You know, this airplane was going down.
Look, man,
This is
I'll do
not
something
safe
crazy.
for me.
You can arrest me. I don't want to go back up in the air.
Yeah, but do me a favor, no.
Officer, my kids are panicking. People are sick back there. We gotta get off this
I
plane.
don't want to be on this plane.
It's dangerous. We tried to land 4 times already. It's dangerous. We're scared to fly. We want to get off.
Take me to jail. I don't
Please, I don't want to go to jail, but it's not right. We're 6 hours. It's a 3-hour flight. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. We just want to get off.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't care about JFK. It's our lives.
I don't want to go up.
It's our lives. I'm sorry.
Obviously, it was dramatic.
People are
He
sick
was
back
on
there.
the-
People are fainting. People are throwing up. A little respect for human beings. How long can we sit on this crap? I held myself in long enough. It's not right. Everybody wants to get the hell off. Everybody wants to get off. I want to get off. Thank you.
It's like everybody in this plane does not want to get up. Everybody's like, I want to get out.
I just love that Action Bronson really stepped up and took charge.
my
right
gosh.
then.
Action. He said, snap into Action Bronson.
Yeah, no, so this whole entire ordeal, like you said, it was a 3-hour flight that
It
took
took
6
6
hours.
hours.
And actually I think it took another additional 4 hours after that. Yeah.
Why?
They were stuck on the tarmac. They couldn't leave, so they had to wait for the storm to pass.
So you're telling me that they had him sitting on this plane for another 4 hours?
I believe so.
But how did Port Authority get on the plane? How did they get there?
So it was the thing that because they went to Cancun, it was the passports, so they couldn't verify passports at this airport for the people to get off.
Oh my God!
So since they couldn't go through customs and do all that stuff, they're at a different gate. They had to go fly to JFK to actually let them off. So
That's
this
crazy.
is the craziest part about the whole entire situation. So when things like this happen, the airline usually sits up here and gives you some kind of perk at the end, like, hey, here's X amount of mileage or X amount of money. Just like when you're flying and they're like, hey, can anybody take the next flight? We'll give you $300, $400 to go take it. How much money do you think that they gave the passengers for this?
0.
Oh, probably free beer.
$50.
Yeah, for free beer on the airplane.
That's 2 beers.
$50,
Yeah.
They gave them a $50 towards the next flight on JetBlue.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Which sucks because I love JetBlue and that because they give the big snacks, they give the full size snacks. But now after that,
recently they also stopped doing the regular food on the planes because I've been flying Delta at least. And I'm like, yo, I can't wait to get that Delta sandwich. The sandwich is, oh my God, I can't wait to get the sandwich with the mustard. Oh, and then now they don't serve it anymore, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why don't they?
They don't do meals like that unless you're in first class, or unless for some reason you have to and I technically I guess I could because I'm a diabetic. I can beforehand hit up the airport, be like, hey, I have to have a meal because of dietary stuff, So, but yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Alaska doesn't give you free drinks anymore unless you're in the business or first class now.
Oh no, I got a drink. Yeah.
I think you get
a couple days ago?
drink.
Oh,
I don't think you can get drinks throughout the flight for free.
They offered 2.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
one at the
I'm
beginning and
thinking
one
that.
towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if I had asked, maybe they would have. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. I try not to. It's kind of funny, bro. Like when I take the drinks, especially when they give like the little can, and I just take it home.
Yeah.
But that joint, bro, it be in my stomach. I'm getting older, man. It's just in my stomach. I just feel bloated.
Dude,
It's delicious.
I get super thirsty, and I'm gonna say this, and this is a fact, and I don't care if y'all argue with me. Airplane orange juice hits different.
It tastes
I don't
different.
know what it is.
It tastes different.
It's
the
max.
box, bro.
Yo, dude,
It's that box concentrate. Yeah,
it is fire.
Yeah, it is different.
And it's like for days I'm like thirsting for orange juice, and nothing hits right. I'm just like, yo,
It's just a different.
it's just a different thing.
Yeah.
Well, this has been awesome. We're now going to get into our favorite segment, Grind Your Beans, where you're going to sit up here and tell us what's irking you, annoying you, or bothering you. Oh, let me really do it. So this next segment is called Grind Your Beans, where we talk about what's either irking you, egging you on, whatever, bothering you, annoying you. It can be big, it can be small, but as long as you're telling us what's grinding your beans, go ahead, look into this camera, tell them what's grinding your beans.
Impatient people are grinding my beans. So I'm in the business of sales.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that everybody doesn't matter what industry you're in. I mean, I'm sure you're dealing with it with beans and stuff like that. Trying to get stuff into America, trying to deal with back orders and waiting on product is just the way of life at the moment.
Yeah.
People are so used to an Amazon turnaround time that they have lost respect for others and understanding of things. So I'm going to just say in my industry, our turnaround times right now are 6 to 8 weeks for kind of a custom order of golf clubs.
Yeah.
I quote that. We also put back orders on things, and I let people know what ETAs are when we're ordering product. I have had people degrade me, talk down to me, say they were going to sue me, the whole 9 yards, because their stuff is not coming in a 2-week turnaround time.
What?
So
Knowing that it was going to be 6 in the beginning?
knowing that it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks. People just need to have respect for others and understanding the world isn't where it is. Like, I work in an industry that utilizes precious metals. There are 2 countries that provide 70% of the precious metals to the world. Both of those 2 countries are in a war right now. So getting carbon and getting stainless steel, and look out, I had a little insight. If you trying to buy appliances with stainless steel, buy them now because they're about to go up about 60%. So if you need a stainless steel fridge, buy it now because you're about to spend about $6,000 on a stainless steel fridge.
It's crazy how much that stuff fluctuates or is impacted by.
Yes.
Well, it's mostly a lot of those things are just the transportation of said goods has like destroyed the
Also
margins for stuff like trucking. They're pushing trucking so hard, and the reason why Elon is going into it is just solely because of it fucking up his manufacturing and getting his parts. But getting anything that you need has to do X amount of trucking, even if it's, you know, brought on a train or a plane or anything else. Like it's destroying it. Do you know that when you see the Amazon or not Amazon, but some of the trucks from some of the other brands, like I want to say it's is it Amazon? I can't remember which one it was, but that the FedEx trucks aren't actually FedEx trucks. Like it's a third party company pretending to be FedEx, so then they can sit up here and get their stuff out, or it's like leased by or something along those lines.
So Amazon does it too.
Yeah, most FedEx and UPS trucks are they're self-owned by the drivers. And so drivers can own multiple trucks and then lease the trucks out to other delivery drivers for them. So you're basically owning your own business, but working kind of with UPS or FedEx as a 1099. And
Amazon uses USPS vehicles on Sundays.
Yes.
So like how they, you know, it looks like you're getting your mail delivered, but it's actually just Amazon only.
Yeah. It's the worst. That's all I'm gonna say. What's grinding your beans?
I always forget. I don't know.
I mean, within the things that happen to you on a random daily basis.
Oh yeah, you know. Okay, yeah, I got one. I think what's grinding my beans is you know, we just came back from Boston, and people were really, I think, expecting that we weren't gonna show up. You know, and by show up I mean we was gonna show out. And there are a couple other roasters who were supposed to be there with us and they weren't. And I believe that initially they thought that we weren't going to be the ones who were going to be put together, and we ended up being the ones.
The most put together.
Because we actually showed up. Yeah, they were. I told our guys from the beginning, I was like, hey, they put us on day one. Day one is going to be the day that's kind of messed up, but that's okay. We're going to fight through it. We're going to be ready, even if they're not ready, because that's the day when everybody's trying to figure out, you know, the booth, some stuff in the booth is not working right or whatever. We were out there with another company that flew us out.
The computer system isn't working. The internet's
not
connecting.
Well, the espresso machine wasn't working. Like the water wasn't running. The equipment wasn't working correctly, and so like that falls on us when the consumer comes up and they say, "Where's XYZ?" And then they look at us like, "You guys should have it put together, right?" So I was like, "Well, we're gonna be put together." So all we're waiting on is equipment, and then the equipment is not our fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had it. We got that joint popping, and then there were supposed to be 2 other roasters on 2 other portions of the setup. We couldn't see because they were on the backside of a wall. The booth was like a big square with a wall in between. The next day, we get on the other side of the wall, and I'm like, all right, we're going to show up back here too, only to realize that the other 2 barely showed up day one. And then and now we can see, because we know what happens on the other side, and we realize that group ain't there like it was the first day. And then the side next to us, we don't see anybody there. They showed up for like an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were there for like an hour, brewed a couple of pots of coffee, and then dipped out, left their bags on the counter so that it like looked good. But man, and we had a crowd, like we had music playing, we had that joint cracking.
I heard that there was maybe some celebrities that came through.
Jimmy Butler did pop by.
Sick.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so it was part of the reason why the second day I was like, we want this specific space, because I needed it to look and feel sort of dead stock like. But yeah, no, we definitely, they were underestimating us.
And didn't you bring out a special shoe that was made?
Oh yeah, the handmade the one-off joint that Mike Nerlino did, made out of old coffee bags.
Do you have it up on the
Oh.
IG?
The SB with
I
the
don't.
fold-down?
But if you go to Barista Magazine's Instagram,
Let me see if I can pull it up really quick.
yeah,
Is that
they-
the SB with the like
the dunk that
fold-down
they did.
sack?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. And then like we had coffee all over the place. Like at the beginning of the show, when you first walk in, coffee was on drip, and
I saw they had those like automated machines.
yeah,
at
the
entrance,
Concordia.
too. Yeah,
Yep.
that's cool.
And then like we were at the Sonesso booth, and then like we were like they just were. We had product everywhere, and I think people were thinking that we wasn't gonna have it. We wasn't coming correct. It should be just. I think it's just at Barista Magazine on Instagram.
How do you spell Barista?
Barista. Yeah. I think the people that they didn't think we had it on point, man. They
Hey,
thought we was playing games.
If you're gonna invite E to anything, he's gonna come correct.
Yeah, weddings.
Weddings, aka anybody that doesn't know, this man married me and my wife.
Did you know that?
Yes, he's told me several times.
Yeah,
It's like a guy story. I've heard this
Hey,
story.
you heard this story before.
No, we're gonna tell it again. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh
yeah, there it is.
We still got the pick coming for you guys
Oh,
for the shop.
I'm ready.
You know what the one thing I gotta say about that I love about these
Hey,
shoes
I'm wearing that same hat.
is they remind me of the De La Dunks.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Kinda, yeah.
They got some De La vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I'm just, you just
Hey,
saying.
look at one of them good. Look at one of them good Portland comments. Nice mask.
So Portland.
Wow.
You know what grinds my beans?
You know what grinds my bean? I guess real quick for what's grinding my beans. I hate that people forget in Portland that word gets around fast. Like there's no secrets really in Portland. Like to a certain
Small, big little city.
Yeah, it's a game of telephone that goes like lightning quick within certain information, and for good and bad. But it's just the thing that really irks me about the city, and as of recent, is just like, why shit talk? Just shut the fuck up. Just keep it to yourself. Like it's gonna get around in some way that you're not like. Yo, dude, you don't. It's not like in New York where this isn't gonna go from Brooklyn to wherever. It's like, just think about what you say before you say it.
Also,
Like,
you got beef. Bring it to the person you got beef with. Don't be talking to other people about it. Bring it to the person that it's directed to.
and it's in
Have a conversation.
Even if it's vegan beef.
Vegan beef.
Portland has vegan beef. We are very passive aggressive. It's annoying as hell.
So is that beef? Like, no,
And usually, you know what my thing is?
kinda.
It's Portland is a city of misunderstandings becoming problems. And I just really wish that would end, where it's just like, hey, actually, that's not what this was. It was actually this. And it's like, I gotta hate you forever now. I'm sorry. I spit on you and I smack you with with the glove. Someone's gotta die now with the musket. That would be what
the musket?
with the musket. Yo,
You got
That
the
would be a very
bayonet.
Portland thing. We don't mess with real guns. We go old school
Man,
here.
got
yo,
muskets
you gotta
and bayonets.
instead of doing the 10 paces, you gotta ride 2 unicycles away from each other.
No, 2 lime scooters.
Yo, dude.
Oh no, unicycles more Portland.
Yeah.
Yo, dude.
With those big ones.
Those
that
custom bikes that they make where
They,
they're
have
like
the
twice.
big wheel and the
Yeah.
little wheel.
Yep.
Yeah. Also,
That they
before we
zoom bomb
go,
with.
because we said this several times on some of the episodes, but I haven't got to say it while you're here. Happy belated birthday.
Oh,
It
thank
was
you.
your birthday.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
You got to answer this for me. Was it your birthday last Wednesday or last Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
One
hate you.
of the two.
Yeah, man, it was in there.
The whole week.
Yeah, I'll still
The
take
week
presents.
of Ian.
Somebody told me they were like, oh, like, what do you want for your birthday? I was like, well, really, I just want free food and gifts, but that doesn't have to be my birthday for you to give me either of those things. So you can just always bless me
Gifts and food accepted year round.
year round. So my birthday is whenever you want it to be.
Wow. Anyways, this has been another amazing episode of Your Morning Drip. Hey, first off, you did exactly what we weren't supposed to do. I did, not you. My fault, not your fault. You were gonna tell us a little bit and just slightly tap on it. The work that you were doing with the schools and in golf.
Yeah, so something that's passionate to me, being a golf coach, in my past life. Unfortunately, at the new job, I wasn't able to take on a program here. I was trying to working with Grant. Unfortunately, just couldn't get schedules to work out to be able to coach. But one thing I'm going to strive to do is I'm going to be working with a man named Akbar. He's the owner of Seamus Golf here. Actually, one of his logos right here. They're a local head cover and apparel company for golf here in Portland. They actually just did some great installations with Nike, and they've done a bunch of stuff with some of the major brands, and they're really killing it on the collaboration front. But big thing for him is getting youth involved in golf. So if anybody wants to donate or help out, kids getting involved in the game, donate to Youth on Course. Yeah. So Youth on Course is basically a program that kids can pay $65 to join. It gives them access to go play golf for $5.
Oh, wow.
And they get there's over 10,000 golf courses across the United States that are members of this.
Yeah.
And so all you have to do is go to youthoncourse.com. It will actually give you a list of the golf courses that are accessible. They do limit you. Most golf courses, you can only go play after 12 o'clock. But for $5 to get kids involved in the game and get them going, it's an incredible, incredible program. And something that they do every year as a fundraiser is they do this 100-hole challenge. So basically, you can collect pledges from people, and you go out, and there's a children's course in Oregon City, which is a nice short par 3 course that's actually sponsored by Nike, that you go out and you play 100 holes. In every hole that you play, you get donations from people that sponsor you. Okay. And then all of those proceeds go to Youth on Course to help them keep the rates down to $65, also allowing them to do youth clinics and tournaments and things like that for all kids. So Youth on Course is good from kids, as young as you want to be, all the way up to 18 years old. Yeah. So for high school kids that are playing on high school teams, everything like that, Youth on Course is great because it allows you to get out and practice as much as you want for an affordable rate. And it allows kids of all different backgrounds to be able to get into the game. Yeah. And it's just a great, great program. So my big thing is we're going to be pushing out a lot of stuff through our social media channels. Also do a fundraiser through our tournament that we're going to be hosting as well to kind of make some funds up for Youth on Course, especially for Youth on Course here in Portland. So big thing that we want to, that's pretty cool. We want to get involved with. So when we throw the tournament out here in Portland, I'll be reaching out to my boy here at Deadstock. Few local channels, get some donations in there to kind of, get people wanting to come out and get involved. It's a great time, and I hope we can raise a lot of money to help out the kids here locally.
All I hear is that there needs to now be a Deadstock golf jacket.
I've been talking about they got a run club, they got all these different clubs, but I haven't heard about a golf club, especially when the assistant manager of the company is starting to get heavy into golf.
And the other manager of this one.
Actually, they're both managers now.
Yeah. So we might have to do a golf club.
Can we do a
putt-putt actual club?
What we could do that. I could make that happen.
Just have the flame on the thing.
Hey, my buddy who owns Manzanita Golf Club, he makes his own custom clubs out of Japan. So we get some Deadstock custom clubs.
Japan's Manzanita Golf Club. Let's go.
Matty Brown.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation.
Anything to get you to go to Japan.
That's right.
AKA the ex-mayor of Gerhardt as well, Matty Brown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shout out Gerhardt, Oregon.
One of the youngest mayors in the state of Oregon.
Oh, that's kind of tight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been another lovely episode of Your Morning Drip. Chris, thank you for coming on. Ian,
appreciate you
always good to see you.
Thank you for coming on.
Jonah, thank you for running the boards. If you could tell people where they can find you, all your social and all that good stuff.
So social media is Municipals Big Chris, Municipals Golf, Municipals Podcast. All of those are our Instagram. You can also find us on Apple, Spotify, all the different podcast channels under Municipals Podcasts. Tune in, listen. We get into pretty much anything and everything that has to do with golf.
Word. All right. Thank you guys for listening. I have been your host, Running Rock. This has been Chris. This has been E-Weezy. And make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below someone you think that would be dope in Portland or not in Portland, wherever, to be on the show. But yeah, thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you later. Peace.